Hey guys, and welcome to a new video from Detective Noire. It's a comic, review. As always, I want to do something more, but right now I'm doing comic reviews because I do like comics a lot. So this is the Invincible Iron Man number 11, and before I get started on this, I just wanted to say a couple things about this. I knew that many people feel many people do not like this Riri Williams as Ironheart because they feel like it's a totally SJW thing. For me personally, but I think I don't have much of a problem with this, as I already said before. But I don't have much of a problem with this because I don't think. I think that yes, maybe it technically is diversity for the sake of diversity, which I do not approve of, but I'm the type of guy that thinks I don't care about the premises so much as whether or not the actual story is good. For example, Gwenpool is one of my favorite characters, but honestly, her premise isn't very new or actually in any way new, but I still like her because the stories are really great. They wrote her well. Same like this. Maybe not that inventive, but it's still a pretty decent storyline. So, a lot of people are giving her hate, giving Marvel hate about diversity for the sake of diversity, and that they kind of swap out those old characters, like those original characters for new generations. But I'm down with it as long as the story is good. If the story is bad as well as that, no, then I would probably hate on it. But hey, so that was my a minute or two of my thoughts on this thing, and yeah, let's get right into this Invincible Iron Man number 11. This is gonna be a bit more of a and something that I've realized that this week's comics are mostly filler, and not filler, but breather episodes. Most of them don't have that much action going on. Most of them are just background, sort of in between episodes that don't have that much consequence to the main storylines. This is a breather between the previous Queen of that Varia thing and the next, which we'll get to at the end of this video. And look at this. This is Friday. Yeah, like a video log. Anyway, the artist line is a lot larger this time though. Anyway, basically she's saying that Tony Stark was in a coma and she's totally worried about him. Yeah, right. Totally worried. Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure that the comic artist changed in the middle, but anyway, look at this. Whoa, cool holographic thing. I wanna have the holographic display. But anyway, so nothing that much to see here. Mary Jane comes in. She talks to Tony's real biological mother, and then she says he had no idea we spent the night together. And he's like, got your attention. Hashtag clickbait. That's totally clickbait. That's gonna she could do this. She could do a YouTube video on I spent the night with Tony Stark, and she'd get millions of views. But hey, so international runaway model. Oh wait, not runaway, runway. Sorry. Until this time, I actually thought it was runaway. Sorry, international runway model. Runway. Sorry. Anyway, probably where is it? Is this in Japan? No, Milan. Don't know where it is. Sorry. Anyway, she got dressed up. She was on the runway, and then as you do, Iron Man just crashed into the place with what is that? Whiplash? I'm not sure. Hey, and she's like, "Oh, I wish this was the first time a superhero did this, but Spider-Man." Spider-Man. Anyway, Anyway, Tony Stark defeats Spider-Man, and what? Tony Stark defeats the villain, and she just like walks out of there like, ah, you stole my moment. You totally stole my moment. And so she's like, ah, like guys are coming to hit up on her. And she's like, talk to my agent. My agent handles that. Pretty sure that's illegal. And Tony Stark shows up. So Tony Stark is trying out some pickup lines on Mary Jane Watson. She's like, did anyone ever tell you you should be a model? I read it too robotic, I think. But anyway, hey. So, oh yeah, remember this? Look at that. It's the back in the day when Tony pretended Iron Man was a different guy, his bodyguard. Seriously? But hey, nobody falls for that, you know. That is true. Look at that. That's a nice pickup line. I thought the least I could do is come down here by the young whatever that Inuit, I don't know, a drink or a dinner or take her to the Caribbean for the next 2 weeks. Like, does that work? He's like, yeah, it does work. It's like, so instead of that, they're starting to have an actual thoughtful conversation. Nice. And what is this? This part, that's kind of weird. The lighting's a bit weird on this. Oh, that's kind of weird. But anyway, so they're bonding over their parenting issues, like Howard and all that, blah blah blah. Hey, does Irish actually hold drinks well? I mean, I'm not sure, but she's like, is it the stress of me, Iron Man? And he doesn't deny it. He tries to deny it, but nobody actually does. Like, do you think people really believe that's not you? 44% of the U.S. thinks it's not me. You polled it? Like, please. I am not so arrogant that I do my own polling. The New York Times did. And stuff. But, you know, I think the artist kind of changed in the middle. I don't know. The art style is a bit different. I'm not sure. Do you think it is? Can you please leave a comment if it is? Or am I just kind of going crazy? It really disturbs me. I mean, the artwork's good, but I kind of have this feeling that it kind of changed in the middle. But hey, whatever, I guess. And, you know, as you do, Tony Stark's so drunk he doesn't remember. And Riri Williams as Ironheart. Ta-da! Blah blah blah. Although I am kind of curious as to why she doesn't upgrade it more, because she's supposed to be on a similar level with some of the bigger hitters. Like, in terms of brain power, she's supposed to be one of the best. She's a super genius, you know, and that kind of explains and that kind of, you know, says all about what a super genius is. But she's not really shown inventing that much new stuff. I mean, this is still her Model 2 armor. That's still Model 2 armor. I mean, if I had like the backing of Stark Industries and I was a genius and I had an armor, I'd probably be upgrading in 24/7. Yeah. Anyway, Queen of Latveria, blah blah blah. And yeah, and I actually agree with this. She did handle that whole situation pretty great. I mean, I honestly, personally, I would have probably used that money to do some questionable things, morally questionable things. Well, I guess that's why the universe doesn't give me any power. But anyway, the Skrull invasion, that's so old. It's like so old. It's like what, 2005? I think. No, wait, it was after 2005. 2005 was Extremis, I think. So it was 2009 or something. Secret Invasion 11. I don't know. Anyway, blah blah blah. Empowering. Wow. She was like 6 when she had her first rated R movie. It's a comedy, but still, how did she get in there? Anyway, look at that, an alien invasion, and then she turns around and there's the Scroll Thor, whatever. Anyway, Tony Stark picks them up. Trajectory, the right boot's a bit skewed. Stuff. And she's like, doesn't Tony Stark do this every day? He's like, oh, I'm glad you asked. See, right here. Look at that. Right here. I think the artwork's changed. It's like really, it gives off a large manga vibe. Yeah, and if I remember correctly, 2 of the artists seem to have Japanese names. So that kind of makes sense. Sorry. Dry throat. Sorry. Yep. But look at that. That looks way different from the previous versions. This too. Heavy manga vibe. This is why I kind of don't like changing artists in the middle, not because it's bad. I kind of I like the manga artwork because it's minimalistic, simple, and clean. But it's kind of weird when the artwork suddenly changes. It's kind of like if you use a blue filter, and then you suddenly in the movie, if you use a blue filter or a black and white filter, and then suddenly you just start using a green filter. That just doesn't work very well. I mean, maybe you could do like in the Matrix, but this, it kind of gets breaks the focus and flow of mine. I'd like it if they just picked one artist and stuck with their art style for the duration of the comic, but I'm not the editor, so hell, I'll go with them, I guess. Virtual reality archive. Man, I wish I had a virtual reality archive. It's just that when it changes artwork, it feels off. It feels like something's wrong. Look at that. And I honestly didn't know about this too. Did they just make this up, or is this actually a previously established canonical thing? Can anyone tell me whether Tony pays for criminal rehabilitation and that he hugs the babies? Aww, he hugs the babies. When he was searching for his mom, he visited a lot of orphanages and adoption services, and after going there, he decided to throw a bunch of money into those orphanages. And yeah, he holds babies when he has trouble sleeping. Well, I guess it can be kind of comforting. I was like, "Aw, that's so sweet." Like, Friday, make sure they're all cared for. But then Friday is kind of stuck, in a kind of very serious and contemplating look at the floor after turning her head entirely sideways. Yeah, well, I won't talk about that anymore. But anyway, Tony Stark is gone. He's dead. Nope, gone where? And I'm pretty sure that this means that the Tony Stark AI has gone rogue. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. And I know that probably because the previous cover for number 10, Invincible Iron Man number 10 was and the solicitations for number 10 was what would happen if Tony Stark became evil, or something like that. So yeah. And something I wanted to say is she's an AI, but her hair moves like a normal person. That's kind of weird. Anyway, that's and look at this. Invincible Iron Marvel Legacy number 593. Invincible Iron Man. Here's Marvel. Here's something. I don't mind. I mean, it's kind of weird that you kind of change into the Marvel Legacy numbering, like it kind of jumps from like 11 to 593, but I can get behind that. But the thing is, the way you're presenting it doesn't seem like honoring of the past generation thing, and more like a desperate grab towards something that can make more money. I mean, I know I'm hoping that this will be good. I'm sure that it'll be at least decent, but it kind of just seems desperate the way you're playing it, and I mean, seriously, returning to legacy numbering, not many people do that because it kind of confuses everybody. But hey, let's see if they can make it work, right? Let's see if they can make it work. And guys, sorry if I didn't sorry that I was a bit late on uploading comics. I know they usually come out at on Wednesdays, but I was out of my house for a couple of days for like a trip, like a school trip. So I kind of missed it, as well as the fact that they didn't have Wi-Fi there. So it's kind of sad. But hey, I got you this video, right? And hope you're doing well. And you can subscribe if you want. If you don't want, don't need to subscribe. Just be sure to check in, And hey, I guess. Well, I guess. Pew, look at that. Kind of weird, right? Let's see this. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. I wanna make this line up. No. This won't work. No, this won't work. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Perfect. It's like Marvel Legacy stretching out. Like, get it? Like, the legacy stretches out. Get it? Guys, get it? No? Okay, then I'm going to stop recording here. And bye, guys. Bye.